Hello, this is Dr. Sritama Banerjee. Today, I shall be talking to you regarding hyperinsulinemia. What is hyperinsulinemia? It means hyperinsulinemia means the presence of excess insulin hormone in the blood. So, as you know, insulin hormone is responsible for regulation of blood sugar level in the body. So, you must be thinking that if the level of insulin hormone is more in the blood, then the blood sugar level should be less or normal. But no, it is not so. When the insulin is normal, level of insulin is normal in the bloodstream, and the insulin and the body cells respond to insulin effectively, then only the blood glucose levels are normal in the patient's body. However, when the body cells are not responding to insulin hormone, then even though the level of insulin hormone is high, the body cells are not responding. So the body, due to feedback mechanism, the body thinks that perhaps the level of insulin hormone is less, and that's why the blood sugar levels are more. So the pancreas of the body starts to produce more and more insulin in the hope that maybe this quantity of insulin is going to make the cells responding properly to insulin, but it is not so. So the body cells are not responding to insulin, and as a result, the quantity of insulin being produced is more and more. So this leads to blood glucose level high as well as blood insulin level high. This is hyperinsulinemia. So, what is so bad about hyperinsulinemia? Why are we even talking about hyperinsulinemia? Hyperinsulinemia is one of the very bad things which a patient of diabetes suffers from, because insulin hormone makes the body continuously live in a state of fat storage mode. That is, it leads to less fat burning and more fat storage in the body. So this leads to obesity. It can predispose to diabetes mellitus because the cells are not responding to insulin anyway, and also it can lead to increased risk of cardiovascular disease. Also, insulin hormone acts as a growth factor, and chronic high amount of insulin hormone in the blood can lead to increased risk of diseases like cancer also, if this hyperinsulinemia remains for a long period of time. And uncontrolled, untreated hyperinsulinemia in the long term may also lead to severe diseases like Alzheimer's disease and also premature mortality. So by now I have made it very clear that hyperinsulinemia is very bad. That is, too much of insulin hormone in the bloodstream is very harmful for the body. So what is to be done? You have to improve the insulin sensitivity and decrease the insulin resistance. That is, the amount of insulin that is present in the body cells have to respond properly to it. That is, the body cells have to allow the insulin hormone to enter the body cells. That is, the body cells must be ready to uptake the insulin hormone inside them, so that there is no need to continuously form more and more insulin hormone. So how is that going to be done? This is what is known as improving or increasing insulin sensitivity. So for this, you have to incorporate certain lifestyle modifications like regular proper exercise, mainly resistance training, because resistance training by using weights or using your own body weight in the form of resistance training is going to help your body tissues to uptake more and more insulin hormone inside them. Also, you have to incorporate certain dietary changes. That is, you have to reduce the intake of refined carbohydrates and ultra processed foods which have high glycemic index, and thereby they lead to blood glucose spikes suddenly in the body, which is very bad. So that has to be done. And another thing is that you have to manage stress, reduce stress, and improve your sleep quality. So these are the main lifestyle modifications which you have to incorporate in your life if you want to improve your insulin sensitivity and thereby decrease hyperinsulinemia. So this was all for today. I'll be back with another video. Till then, stay happy, stay healthy. Bye bye.